Hello there guys, I'm the CHALL and welcome back to another video. Now today it's episode 2 of BBL Off the Court. Sorry it's a couple of days late, well a day late, but this is our new series all around the British Basketball League, and we're going to get straight into it because we've got some news stories. We've got a couple from the Leicester Riders, we've got a couple from Sheffield Sharks we're going to be talking about in a bit, but before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into our first story based around the Leicester Riders. So all the information in this episode, like any other episode, comes from the BBL themselves, and the first story is surrounding the British forward Jamel Anderson, who will be returning to the Leicester Riders next season after signing a new one-year deal. Anderson, who spent 7 years in Leicestershire, having made his Leicester debut back in the 2011-12 season, has racked up 274 appearances and 7 trophies with the Riders. Now, the head coach, Rob Paternostro, says we are thrilled to have Jamel back for another season. He's a guy who does whatever a team needs to win. I thought he played very well last season. Defensively, his commitment and ability is a valuable tool for any group, and his length, speed and size makes him an elite defender in this league. He shot the ball well last season and offensively was very efficient. He's a player who puts in work, and you can see how his game develops every season. Anderson shot a 2-point percentage of 68 last season, third highest in the British Basketball League, and he was also amongst the league's leaders for field goal percentage with 57.6. Leicester have been good to me down the years, and I'm happy to be part of the Riders family again next season, said Jamel Anderson. The Morningside Arena is a great venue to play at, and the fans get really that place rocking. It's a real community club, and I want to be part of it. I have a lot of respect for Coach Rob. I love playing for him as he understands my game and knows how to get the best out of me. We've had 7 seasons together so far, and I'm excited to be making it number 8 next season. Anderson has been a member of the long squad for Great Britain in the last couple of years of windows, as well as representing Team England at the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast. So that is the story then from Jamel Anderson from the Leicester Riders, and it's great that he's coming back to Leicester next season. I think he was a great player before the season was halted due to the coronavirus pandemic, and I think that Rema Lascelles, I think he's a great asset for Leicester Riders, and I think that he'll be a great player again next season. I'm sure he's a great elite defender, and I think he's been a tough opponent for people to play against, so Leicester have kept a really good player. However, and I said Lascelles, I don't know why I said Lascelles instead of Anderson, but as one goes in, another goes out, and this is where Lascelles comes in. This is where the name Lascelles comes in. So as Jamel Anderson joins with the Leicester Riders once again, another one leaves the club as Rema Lascelles will be leaving the Leicester Riders. Now, after 3 successful seasons with the team, Leicester Riders have confirmed this morning that they'll be without the services of Rema Lascelles next season as he ends his basketball professional career to take up a new challenge. He says, I'd like to thank both Rob and Russell for giving me an opportunity to play the game I love at the highest level this country has to offer. I loved my time with the Riders, from competing with some amazingly talented players day in day out to travelling the country and Europe showcasing our own skills, including in playing in front of 15,000 people at the O2. I've made some lifelong memories and friends. I felt like it was the right time for me to end my pro career and to take the next steps of my next chapter of my life. My girlfriend and I are starting a family together, and I'm embarking on a career which I'm hopeful and can provide the same amount of enjoyment and fulfillment as I've got from basketball. Ramel Cells clocked up 87 appearances for the Riders, including 2 treble-winning seasons and a FIBA Europe adventure. Now, the head coach said, we are all happy for Rema and wish him well for the future. He was a winning player with the club that was an important part of some very good teams. He was a unique player and had great size at the point guard position and did a great job passing the ball and running the offense. He was always a great guy that teammates enjoyed playing with. And the managing director, Russell Levenson, added, we wish Rema all the best with his career, and he's been a tremendous asset for the club over the past 3 seasons and really contributed to the success of our team. We are really proud of him, and although we miss him at the arena, he goes with our blessing and good wishes. So as Jamel Anderson arrives at Leicester Riders once again next season, we say goodbye to Rema Lascelles. Now, Rema Lascelles, again, like that statement said, he was a great offensive player, he was a great passer of the ball, he was a great teammate for the Leicester Riders over the last 3 seasons, and I think that he'll be sorely missed by the team. So I think that he goes with all the best wishes, I'm sure, And it'd be great actually to chat to Rema Lascelles. If you're watching this, Rema, I'd love to chat to you sometime, like I did with Mike Tuck from Sheffield Sharks. So it's been great to see him play over the last 3 seasons. Obviously, we just started the channel a few months ago, but it's been great to sort of see him playing for the Leicester Riders from time to time, and it's nice to check his progress. You know, I was watching some of the highlights last night from his time with Leicester this season, and you know, he's been a very good asset for the team. So I think that he's got some great ability. He was a very unique point guard, and I think he'll be sorely missed by the BBL. And I can't wait to see what he does in his next chapter of his life. So big shout out to Ramel Cells from everyone here at Chal, and you know, best of luck for your future endeavours, mate. So let's move on then to the 2 stories from the Sheffield Sharks, and we've got 2 returning players. First up, it's our old buddy Mike Tuck. BBL Sheffield Sharks have announced the first commitment of the 2020-2021 campaign. Long-serving captain Mike Tuck has signed a 1-year contract extension into his 12th season with the Sharks. The announcement was uniquely made via a Sharks Facebook live stream at 7 PM on Wednesday evening, where the Sharks gameplay announcer Mike Shaft revealed Tuck and then proceeded a short interview. The Toronto, Canada native and dual passport holder joined the club way back in 2009 and won 4 major pieces of silverware with the club, including 2 back-to-back BBL Cups in 2010 and 2011, the 2013 BBL Trophy and the 2016 BBL Playoff Final, for which he was awarded the MVP. The Sharks GM Sarah Bakovic says Tuck is part of the fabric here at Sheffield. We're so pleased to have him back. His leadership and example helps drive the team, and also his work within the front office as marketing manager is integral. Settled into his veteran role, Tuck showed flashes of youth this season, with season highs of 22 points against the Newcastle Eagles in October and 8 rebounds also against the Eagles in March, while shooting a career-high 42.4% from the three-point line in the BBL Championship. Now, he says, I still can't believe I'm going to my 12th season as a Shark. It feels like I've just arrived already. So that is the latest then on Mike Tuck, and then, as well as that, they also made the signing of Mackay McKnight, who signed a 1-year contract extension into the 4th season with the Sharks. Again, the announcement was made uniquely via a Sharks Facebook live stream at 7:30 PM on Wednesday, which revealed McKnight and then proceeded, like Mike Tuck, with a short interview. The 27-year-old Houston, Texas native has been with the club since 17-18, has helped with the team achieve BBL Trophy runners-up in 2018 and the British Basketball All-Star Championship runners-up in 2019. He says it was an easy choice to come back. My family and myself are comfortable here. The organisation and the fans have always been great to us. I can't wait to get back and get to work. This past season, the 6-foot point guard has seen Sharks career highs in almost every category, averaging 11.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 7 assists, which is the 4th in the BBL. The floor general also finished second in free-throw percentage, 91.2%, and second in average minutes played, which is 35.4. And back in December, he set his career high in a BBL game with 12 assists against the Newcastle Eagles. So that is the story then on Mike Tuck and Mackay McKnight. Now, of course, first we're going to talk about Mackay McKnight. We're going to save Mike Tuck for a second. So, Mackay McKnight, I've seen highlights of him play. He's a great player, so I'm really glad the Sheffield Sharks will be able to keep him for next season with a brand new extension going into his 4th season with the club. And Mackay McKnight is a great player, and I'm sure Mike Tuck can vouch for me on that. He's a great player, and watching the highlights of him play was just a joy to watch. So it'd be great to see him next season. Obviously, he's a great asset to the team, and I think he'll be a great player once again next season. Now, Mike Tuck. Now, this is the guy we spoke to and did the basketball fantasy draft challenge video with. So it was always great to do those videos with Mike, and of course he's open to do more videos as well, along with the rest of his teammates, hopefully, and other BBL and NBA players, fingers crossed. And yeah, it was great to speak to Mike. He's such a great guy. It was great to chat to him, and you know, stayed in contact ever since. He follows me on Instagram. I follow him. You know, so it's been great to keep in touch with Mike. You know, things like that. So, you know, it's great to see him stay for a 14th season with the club. Obviously, he's got his testimonial that's been rescheduled till next year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get ready for that. And also, when the season starts, whenever that is, hopefully in the next couple of months, he will be ready for when the season begins again. So hopefully Sheffield Sharks can become a little bit stronger now with these additions, with the return of Mike Tuck and of course Mackay McKnight as well. So thank you very much, guys, for watching BBL Off the Court episode 2 from the Leicester Riders and the Sheffield Sharks. So join me next Sunday. It's usually a Sunday when we upload, but it's a day late, this one. But make sure you tune in on Sunday for episode 3 when we have some more stories from the British Basketball League. And for now, guys, I'm the CHALL. Please like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.